She's a mama, a wife with a story to share. At Write Over Coffee, find hope and repair. From heartbreak to healing, through Christ she's free. Your past don't define you, be who you're meant to be. Write Over Coffee, where healing begins.
Hey guys, we're going to talk about when parenting feels heavy, surviving the overwhelm without losing yourself. So you ever sit alone when after everyone finally goes to sleep and wonder if we're doing any of this right? Ever replay your past mistakes? You think maybe this is my fault, maybe I ruined something, maybe I wasn't healed enough to become a parent. Or maybe you're the single dad trying to hold everything together while carrying pressure nobody sees, working, providing, trying to stay emotionally present, trying not to break in front of your kids. Parenting can feel beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. And sometimes the weight of it all becomes so heavy that you begin losing your pieces of yourself to carry everyone else. So today we're talking about overwhelmed parents, the shame, the guilt, the exhaustion, the fear of failing, and a reminder that moms and dads were never meant to do this alone. So grab your coffee, take a breath, and sit with me for a little while. This is Write Over Coffee, and I'm Elizabeth. Parenting changes you emotionally. Nobody talks enough about how parenting changes you internally. Not just your schedule, not just your sleep, but you. Your personal self. Suddenly you carry fear you never carried before. Fear of something happening to your child, fear of failing them, fear of just not providing enough emotionally, financially, or mentally. And some parents carry this fear silently every single day, especially parents who grew up in survival mode themselves. Because parenting has a way of exposing wounds you didn't even realize you still opened. You start seeing your childhood differently. You start realizing what you lacked. You start understanding how deeply words and absence affected you. And sometimes parenting becomes healing, but sometimes it also becomes triggering. So what fears do you carry most as a parent? And there are wounds from your childhood still affecting you today, are there? And what would you give yourself grace instead of just, keeping it? This is one of the heaviest questions parents ask. What did I do wrong? And honestly, many parents ask questions long before anything ever goes wrong, because parents carry guilt for everything. Like working too much, not working enough, being too strict, being too soft, losing patience, being tired. And when life feels chaotic at home, many parents begin connecting today's struggles in yesterday's mistakes. You start replaying your past, like your relationships, your trauma, your failures, your regrets. And then shame begins whispering, you caused this. But parenting is not about perfection. And being human doesn't disqualify you from being a loving parent. Some of the most loving parents are also deeply wounded people trying their best to heal and raise children at the same time. So can we talk honestly about moms for just a second? Because so many mothers are exhausted beyond words. I am. I had 5 humans, all 15 to 18 months apart. So emotionally touched out, mentally overwhelmed, physically drained. Are you feeling it? And you're carrying, on top of feeling exhausted, you're carrying appointments, meals, laundry, emotional labor, schedule, bills, everyone's feelings, outside things, while secretly wondering when someone will notice they are struggling too. We are struggling. And overwhelmed mom often feels guilty for needing rest, but exhausted is not a weakness. There are moms crying in the bathroom for minutes. Moms are hiding in parked cars just for a second, and also smiling through a lot. And many women feel ashamed admitting motherhood feels hard, but hard does not mean you don't love your kids. Hard means you're human. So take a moment and ask these questions. Write them down. When was the last time you rested without guilt? Do you only feel valuable when you're helping others? And what part of yourself have you neglected recently? All right, let's take a moment and let's talk to our single dads. Need support, okay? Because they do. Single dads carry pressure people rarely talk about. Many fathers are trying so hard to hold everything together emotionally while also carrying the financial stress. My dad did. My dad was my mom, my dad, and my best friend. He was trying to provide, trying to stay strong, trying to protect me while privately falling apart himself. And society often tells men, don't cry, don't break, handle it. But men get overwhelmed too. I saw it firsthand in my dad, especially a very extroverted, overdramatic kid like myself. These are fathers sitting in silence, carrying loneliness. Nobody notices. Dads are wondering, am I enough? Am I emotionally failing my kids? Why does this feel so heavy? And guess what, women? Fathers need and deserve support too. Not judgment and not stereotyping. They need support. So let's support our single dads because they matter just as much as us moms do. Some parents are raising children while still trying to heal from their own pain. I know I was. That's a difficult place to live in emotionally. It was difficult to actually unlive that and trying not to repeat cycles and trying not to parent from anger and trying really hard not to react to trauma. And sometimes parents feel triggered by things that seem small to other people because their nervous system is in survival mode. Maybe they grew up unseen or maybe experienced abuse and maybe nobody taught them emotional regulation. And so now we are all trying to learn how to be healthy communication while simultaneously trying to teach it. I don't know big words. Don't judge me. And that takes a lot of courage. So what patterns are you trying to break? What emotional triggers show up most in parenting? What would a healthier communication look like in your home? Just ask yourself these questions. And now we're going to move into like the pressures because being a mom, being a single dad, it's a lot of pressure. And today we are under an unbelievable amount of pressure to provide financially, be emotionally available, cook healthy meals, be patient, stay organized, protect your mental health, keep the house clean, work full time, and show up emotionally. And honestly, all of those words were very, very overwhelming thinking about it because then I started triggering into when my humans were younger. And oh my goodness, guys, it was a lot, especially when you feel everyone needs something from you all the time. And I had five humans I was raising, and parents began losing themselves trying to just provide for everyone. But we can't continue to provide with an empty cup. At some point, exhaustion catches up emotionally. Whew. Take a breath, guys. Drink that coffee. Some of us are into sugar-free Red Bulls and stuff like that, but try. Comparison is also quietly destroying so many parents. Social media, guys, social media, because I'm a 90s and 2000s, social media makes it like we have it all together. The perfect homes, the happy marriages, the happy singleness, well-behaved children, organized schedules. Let me tell y'all something right now. That is all an illusion because as a content person myself, I am constantly making a video and then editing it. And so I'm taking out little things. I'm taking out big things. I'm taking out the, oh craps, I said that in here, or the or the background noise. I mean, you guys heard my dogs. I mean, I had to go into my closet. So, I mean, there's so much that social media is not putting on there. And guess what? That's what's real. Not the ones that have it all perfect and we got it together and we're showing you our 5 best moments and we're showing you this podcast with the uninterrupted dog noise and my ice maker and the ums and the ahs and all of it. That's the realness of it. But social media, you're just seeing the edited part. You're only seeing the edited part, guys. Shame keeps parents silent because they're afraid people will judge them. But behind many closed doors, behind the edited videos, an overwhelmed family are trying their best. And parents need safe spaces to be honest, not perfect, but just honest. Okay? Just be honest. We as parents were never supposed to do this alone. Okay? Parents need a community too. Real community, not the fake surface level conversations, not the social media ones, not the robotic ones. Parents need real people that can call whenever they're overwhelmed. People who will listen without condemning them. Whether that's counseling, support groups, church groups, mom's day out, trusted friendships, and life groups. Connection matters. Moms, dads, connections matters. You don't have to hide in the closet anymore. Get out and go find yourself a friend, because isolation magnifies exhaustion and burnouts grow in silence. Moms need support. Dad needs support. Families need support. And asking for help is not a failure. Please hear me. Asking for help is not a failure. It's wisdom. Self-care is not selfish. It's maintenance for your emotional health. Guys, and some parents have completely forgotten who they are outside of survival mode. Maybe self-care to you, maybe that looks like coffee alone. Therapy, music, yoga class, Krav Maga class, a haircut, laughter, prayer, sitting outside quietly, taking a walk, saying no sometimes. And parents, please hear me. Hear me. You matter too. Not just what you provide, not just what you can accomplish. You matter. Okay? Sometimes parents, we carry that invisible grief too. There's grief in parenting nobody talks about. Grief over time moving too fast, grief over relationships changing, grief over financial struggles, grief over feeling disconnected from yourself. Some parents grieve the version of themselves they lost while surviving for everyone else. And grief can make parents emotionally exhausted, especially when they never slow down long enough to process it. It's hard, guys. We have to be able to slow down, especially for people like me who are extroverted and I can do it all. But guess what? I know some of you are listening are so deeply tired, not just physically tired, our soul is tired. But hard seasons, can I give y'all some hope? They don't last forever. They don't. And overwhelmed does not mean you're broken. Some of the strongest parents I know are the ones who kept showing up while struggling internally. And your children do not need perfection. They need love, consistency, safety, presence. Even imperfect presence, guys, matters so deeply. So to the overwhelmed mom, to the exhausted father, to the single parent carrying everything alone, to the parent drowning in guilt and shame, to the mom that's hiding in her closet crying, to the dad who's sitting in his truck right before he goes into work, tired. Please stop carrying everything by yourself. Reach out, join a group, talk to someone. Let people walk alongside you, because parents were never meant to survive alone. We weren't. Parenting stretches every part of us emotionally. It often reveals our fears, our wounds, our strengths, and our capacity to love deeply, even when we feel exhausted. And if nobody told you lately, you're doing better than you think, even on the days you question yourself. Thank you for sitting with me today. Thank you for allowing these conversations to exist honestly and openly. This has been Write Over Coffee, and I'm Elizabeth. And remember, you're not alone. Visit elizabethkgreen.com if you need encouragement, support, and someone to walk alongside you. I'm here for you, girl and guy. Today's episode was sponsored to you by Manes by Miriam. More than just hair, it's a place to breathe, reset, and take care of you. And dads, self-care matters for men too. Whether you're carrying stress, burnout, emotionally exhaustion, or you need confidence boost, call 682-417-4260 to schedule you today. She works in Kennedale, Texas, and let her be your self-care and let her be your ear. Because remember, we can't do this alone. Bye.
Write over coffee, where healing begins.